Well, I'm in the middle of dehydrating. I dehydrated these tomatoes, and I got a bunch more to do. I'm gonna put them on my. Let me get you down here where I can see you. I'm gonna put them on my dehydrator. I put them on a piece of parchment paper. I washed the outsides, and now I'm gonna dehydrate. I've got let's see, bell peppers to do. I've got zucchini to do. Now, the reason I do this is I put it in my bug out bag or my overnight bag or whatever you want to call it, and it makes it easier because it's lighter. And you can make a nice little stew out of it. When you're on the road or on the bug out or just ain't got no fresh tomatoes in the middle of winter. There's a lot of things you can do with it. It's on the parchment paper. Now there's that one. I got another tray here. Now some of it don't need parchment paper. Some of it does. But like I said, I'm doing these tomatoes. And come think of it, I'll just cut another tomato up and fill up the rest of this tray. I might not have to. Keep going like this. Well, I guess I won't. I think I got enough tomato to fill it up. Got enough tomato to fill it up. And the reason I don't want to put it right on my plastic grating, see all this juice? I don't want that running down in my motor. Now, I'll get a tray, another tray. Stack it up. Now, this is my zucchini. Now, I'll just put it right on the plastic because it ain't going to grip that much. Besides that, there's parchment paper underneath it does. But like I said, do what you can do. Put up what you can put up. Yeah, I could have canned this and put it in jars. But I've got a bunch of stuff to put up in jars. I'm going to do onions to dehydrate. I'm going to do carrots dehydrated. Let's see. A bunch of odds and ends are going to do dehydrating. I got some mixed vegetables I'm going to dehydrate. That's what I got. That one a little thick, but it'll be all right. Might cut it a little thinner in just a minute. But like I said, if you have a little extra, buy a couple of zucchinis. Now you can. I got an outside air dryer that you just hang up in a tree. You can put it in a cardboard box with a aluminum foil covering and lay a screen over it so the bugs can't get to it. I mean, there's all kinds of ways to dehydrate. Especially in the summertime, you can put it in a damn car and dehydrate that way. I'll move that over a little bit. I'm gonna go ahead and trim that. Well, I'm trying to find me a knife. I found a pair of scissors. I don't think I want them. Alright, I found something just about as good. I got a brand new razor blade. Don't cut my fingers off. That is so thick that I don't want that to be. You gotta have them all pretty well the same. There we go. Now that works for me. Put this back over here. Lay that over there. Alright, I'm gonna put another tray on top. Put some more zucchini up there. But you can let this hydrate, or you can turn it into powder. You can do a bunch of stuff with it. I'll do onions on top. I haven't cut any up yet, but I'm going to. It's a little thick, but it'll be alright. I could have used a mandolin to cut it thinner, but I didn't do it. Oh well. Alright. Okay, let me get another tray. Now it gets a little warmer down at the bottom. So they'll dry first. Now this is my bell pepper. Like I said, anything you want to put in a stew, or you can do mixed vegetables. I'll do some of that in them trays over there on the other dehydrator. But I'm going to make, what I'm going to do is make a packet of mixed vegetables, and that way I'll have some to, if I decide I want to make a stew or something. I've got a bunch of them already dehydrated over there. But like I said, a bell pepper is like 86 cents or something like that. I mean, and it'll make a tray full. I mean, you don't have to, buy zucchini. That's probably 40 cents. I mean, you don't need much for one or two people, I'll tell you that right now. You don't need a whole ton of stuff. You can make a small soup, even a vegetable soup. I'm a vegetarian, more or less. I do like my bacon, though. Me and the hog get along well. But if I don't have any pig meat, that's all right, too. I can dehydrate my bacon, too. I've done that. I cook it, and then I dehydrate it. I mean, ain't much. I've got one tray left. It'll be for the onions. Like I said, I'm going to go ahead and get this on. And I don't care if it takes me 20 hours. I ain't going nowhere. Let me see. Okay. All right. Now I gotta get without knocking anybody down. And that means I got it plugged up. Oh, well, that wasn't good, was it? I hit the wrong button. Turned your light off. All right, now it says 122. I want that to go up. 10 hours. I have to wait to go back over. About 126, maybe 128. I'll say 126. There goes the fan. Now anywhere from 10 to 20 hours, I'll have my other tray of onions I'm going to put it on there and put the lid back on it. I'll do a tray of onions. So I'll have tomato, zucchini. I'm going to dehydrate some potato. I'll make whatever I put in a stew, I'm going to dehydrate it and then put it in Marlo bags, and that way I can just pour hot water in it and stir it up and eat have a soup. Let me go back to me. But like I said, you got to start doing things for yourself. Now, if you buy a spice that's got the bell pepper, the tomato, onion, garlic in it, that thing will cost you $5. Well, and that's just spice. Now I can turn this into powder, or I can just leave it in rehydrated as a vegetable. And that's what I'm going to do, is rehydrate it as a vegetable. Now, if I have a piece of meat out there in the trail or whatever, a grub, I can turn around and mix that with it. But I like vegetarian food, so there you go. I've got to dehydrate some eggs. I've got to dehydrate a whole bunch of stuff. And I got to can a bunch of stuff up. Chris came down and got one of my quart jars of a hamburger stew. He likes that. But like I said, I'm doing a little bit every day. He took me shopping today, and I bought a bunch of vegetables and a bunch of stuff. Like I said, this is what you got. I put it in a jar, my tomatoes, and it turned out to there. The wafer thin, I don't put an auction eater, I put a moisturizer. I put a lid on it. Now, let's say, well, how am I going to get the auction out? Well, I use a vacuum system. I've got auction eaters too, but I save them for my other stuff. All right. I buy this box of a little thing. This is a wide mouth. I push that on there. I think this whole thing is around $15-20. Now you can get fancy. I've got a vacuum sealer for bags and everything else, but then whatever you want to call it. This one here is pretty simple. You just push that in there, put this vacuum deal on the other end, and now this keep 15-20 years and be just as fresh as the day you put it in there. And all you got to do now is pump it up and down. When you pull up, it sucks the air out of there. When it gets real stiff, you can't do any more. Don't break your deal, just stop. All right, and listen. Hear that? So that tells me that that's vacuum sealed. Now you can put the ring on it or not. I always keep my rings on stuff. Now that's vacuum sealed. Nah, I did this one too, vacuum sealed it already. My ginger. And how you check is you pick it up by the little lid. Okay, it's still vacuum sealed. I gotta pick up the hose. Oh, I'm getting old. But like I said, turn around and do what you can. And don't worry about what other people's doing. It don't matter. It just matters what you're doing. And you have to do it for your own family. You know. But like I said, and everybody's got different tastes, this, that, and the other. I use all my thermos bottles for spices. There we go. That's done. But like I said, now that'll keep 15, 20 years. That moisture deal in there, if it gets some humidity or gets some bad, it'll suck the moisture out. And but that'll keep it as long as that glass will, almost. 15, 16, 20 years, 25 years. I've got some post toasties in a bag that I've got vacuum sealed up. See, you hear that? That's vacuum. Oh, lost the vacuum. Now, why did it lose the vacuum? I don't know. Because when it makes it, could have been dirty sealed. Hear that? That's vacuum sealed. Now you gotta check your stuff. I'll do this again. It might not have been all very good. And you gotta make sure that that deal's up so you can vacuum seal it. Make sure your ring is clean. Go back on there. Get the vacuum thing out again. But like I said, when you ain't doing nothing, and it's hard nowadays for people that's working that they're going to be doing something. But late at night or early in the morning or whatever it takes. Like I said, I've got a bunch of stuff already put up. Woman told me one time, well, you need to quit telling people what you got put up. Well, hell, to me, all my neighbors around here, they're doing the same damn thing. We're the old generation. So, okay. They're probably better at it than I am. But like I said, I gotta get this sealed up. But and sometimes they don't, even when you pressure can something, sometimes you have to check it 2 or 3 days later and see if it's actually sealed. But there's a good indication that it's sealed because it went Well, there we go. That didn't seal good. I don't know how long it's going to stay there, but I'm going to put a ring on it. And you hear the peck. Hear that peck? It'll go thunk, thunk, thunk if it don't. Now I'll put this up. I've got the onions to do, and I've got, what else have I got to do? I put rice up, beans up. But like I said, it's not hard to do things, you know, if you got the right tool. And there's three or four more things out there that can give you a better idea of vacuum sealing and stuff. But dehydrating is the way to go when you ain't got nothing else. You can put it on the damn dash of your car. You know, you can make your own dehydrator, but get a box and then line it like this. You Just get a cardboard box about like this. And line it with aluminum foil. Put it in there, line it. And then lay your fruit on it. You can put probably a piece of parchment paper down or whatever. And then just take a piece of screen or whatever, set it out in the sun, set it up where the farmers can't get to it. In a day or so, bring it in at night if it ain't dry, and then put it out the next morning. But like I said, that will dehydrate. Now, if you have an electric dehydrator or one of them screen, what's that one thing I bought? What's that at least that you can hang it outside. But like I said, put up a little bit every day. Put up a little bit. It don't take $3 of vegetables will put you up quite a bit for $3. You know, $1 pepper, a zucchini, a couple of zucchinis, that's $1, $1.25, and then tomatoes, whatever else. Your onion, buy an onion. It's 80, 90 cents, and you can have a bunch of stuff put up. You know, and every time you go to the store, spend $3 more on some fresh vegetables. And if you can't find fresh vegetables, then buy a bag of frozen vegetables, like mixed vegetables, okra, whatever, whatever you want to put up. And I mean, $2 or $3 later, in 6 months or a year, you've got quite a bit. Because remember now, once these are sealed and stay sealed like that, that'll last 15, 20 years. Oh, let's see, that's got a line in it. But like I said, that tomatoes, I might have to change jars, but if it loses its seal, but it ain't lost it yet. But I'll have to change the lids probably. Sometimes your lid ain't good, and sometimes it is. I try to use ball lids, but there's Kerr, there's all kinds of hell. There's some from China. But like I said, I got to get my onions on. And what else I've got to do? I've got to put up the beans in my half-gallon jars, rice. What else? I've got a bunch of stuff to put up. I've got some more. I've got to dehydrate some carrots because they'll go into this batch. I think I'll put them over there in that other. I got to get my shredder out to turn it around and shred them. Or you can use a potato peeler if you don't got a shredder. But that's what I'm going to do, or a mandolin, or any other thing you got. But like I said, that's all I can tell you. Dehydrate, can, make your own vinegars. You can go back in my videos and see what else you can do. But like I said, right now it's telling me I got 9 hours and 40-something minutes for this to check on it. My tomatoes will be up and ready. And then I've got onions, bags and bags of onions to do. I've got some potatoes I got to do. I'm going to do them on the mandolin, slice them thin, thin, thin. I'm going to do it after I peel them. And after the red potatoes, I don't even worry about peeling them. I just wash them good. I wash everything. That's why I make vinegar water. Like I said, my grandmother used vinegar water, and my mother used salt water. But like I said, this is my vanilla. Boy, when Christmas comes, this will make the best vanilla cakes and vanilla cookies you ever tasted in your life. It's pure vanilla. Okay, my wine is doing good. Let me put you over here where I guess you can see it. And my wine is doing good. You have to make sure your vodka level up here is keeps the bugs out and keeps it bubbling. I gotta make some apple cider in them 5-gallon jugs. I like apple cider. I can use it to make fruit roll-ups, what we call fruit leathers. I use watermelon and my homemade applesauce and makes a thicker, prettier fruit roll-up. If you just use straight fruit without having the apple because it's got the pectin in it, it'll make it real thin and it'll be hard and crunchy. I like leathery. But like I said, I got this honey mead over here. I go to the discount house. I got 8 more jugs of this. I'm gonna only do 4 at a time, I think. I gotta move these off of here because I need this table to do other things with. That's what I gotta do. I buy powdered potatoes. Vacuum seal them and put them up. This here is powdered milk. I got some that's powdered eggs. I'm just showing you, but I have put up and put up and put up. And like I said, the way they're talking nuclear, we might have to need it. God forbid we do, but you know how that goes. I'm going to let you go because I'm just talking my head off now. I've got things I got to do. I can't talk on this thing all day. You guys take care. Take what I say to heart. Number one thing, you got to feed your family. I've got kids, grandkids, great-grandkids, and great-great-grandkids I got to worry about. I'm the last of the line. Of the old ones, anyway. Now the young ones. That's going to be something to trash. Talk to you later.